Welcome back to the round table with Marco, and here we go.
Alright, let's get right back to it.
Witness, this time your name, please.
Nyan Nyan. April May at your service. Wink.
This looks so odd. This. It looks a little bit too smooth, I would almost say.
What does?
One when you see the whole court with the witness and Wright and the judges stand, it looks a little bit too smooth. Everything. It has a weird feeling to me.
Is it just the art that has been updated?
Yeah, it's mostly updated. As I said, it was a little bit more cruder. It was more pixel art before, and they smoothed everything super smoothly. And that stands out very odd when you know how it looked in the original.
Yeah, I'd imagine. Order. An introduction should not require a reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Ah, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom.
Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th, when the murder occurred?
I was like in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices?
That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. Alright. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy wink.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
Well, Your Honor.
I see. It is a remarkable solid testimony, but she still winked. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any.
Wait, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you?
Mr. White, I understand you were Miss Mia Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults and perfectly good testimonies.
Hey, how dare you?
Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
I mean,
Well,
the choice is actually obvious, but it's funny if you choose the other one.
No, I can't. She's just too bright, too pink. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness.
Very well. You may begin your cross-examination.
Right then.
Okay, I am not quite sure myself.
Well, let's see.
Probably
Time of death.
pressing her would be important.
Wait, it doesn't actually say at what time. Oh yeah, but we were supposed to meet at 9. So I guess that one checks out. Looked out the window, saw a woman with long hair. See this one, I guess. How do you know she was the defendant? Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor.
He's right. I need a cannon.
Bitches love cannons.
Hold on a minute. Their testimony stinks.
Wait, before you go any further, why did you choose that one?
Because she...
Was there
Simply-
something suspicious about that or not? And if so, what was it?
Simply that, let's see, at the scene of the crime, I believe Wright himself was at the crime scene and he pointed out that it's not very easy to spot anything through the window, and she hasn't even recognized Phoenix as one of the people she saw through the window.
Yeah, okay.
Wh-
Well,
what?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that...
Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant?
Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless about this, I mean. Okay, if you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique.
and that is the thing. She only described her as a mousy little girl. Why wouldn't she describe her very outstanding outfit?
Works as much as anything else. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her.
I just want to
And
point point out the importance of little details like this, because I don't know if they are important in this again, but a lot of things are very subtle. And this is one of those things where it took me quite some time to see what the point at first was. Of course, I just clicked through and see what happened, but it's cool. I just like that.
I'll keep it in mind, and I'm no expert on fashion, but a hairdo looks far from normal to me. She's a weirdo. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor. I saw her, and so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink.
Jiggle.
Your testimony again, if you would.
Damn, I almost had her. Once more, with feeling. I did see everything, I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. That clock, the kind of statuey clock, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Yes, it kinda does. Teehee.
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination.
You saw it, didn't you?
Yes, I saw it all. Let's see, hit her. Whoop.
Oh,
Her previous testimony must have been what Edgeworth wanted her to say. So this was the testimony in her own words. Time to press and squeeze the truth out of her. Figuratively, of course. Let's see. Here we go. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Oh, more than your
Revealing.
outfit, that is.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer. You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock, but there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder.
Of murder?
Murder?
Order, order. Stop saying murder.
Miss May, can you explain how you knew this was a clock?
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns.
Yes, yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
The hell? But questions all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once.
Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness.
Phew, that was close. If you stop me there, the trial will be over. Huh? What? So, what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time. So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co.? No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from from my hotel room.
The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock.
Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... Right, that's... couldn't have rung. I don't think so. But...
I mean, remember what happened with the statue? Or with the
Yes,
clock more.
Yes, anytime it gets booped on the head, it says the time.
What did it say on what was the conversation at the beginning of this episode?
I
mean,
don't
at
remember.
the beginning of the episode of this chapter. Mia talked with Maya about the clock.
Oh yeah. Now I remember. It couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. That clock is missing its clockwork.
Yep.
How could you possibly...
Just take a look right now.
Oh! Oh!
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this?
It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May, are you fat or are you not?
I would prefer to call it thick. Tisk tisk. Well, fuck. I didn't want it to say tisk tisk. Oh, god damn it. Oh well. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. White.
He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew.
I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there's no contradiction.
That is true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it.
And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed?
Haha, impossible, of course.
I have proof.
What?
Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is, I believe it's this one. Take a look at this. Isn't it cute?
That's a very cute cell phone indeed.
Oh, I have a girly phone.
Wait.
Wait, this isn't my phone. I would... God damn it. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order, order.
The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention.
Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it.
The good detective better remember she's up for evaluation soon.
I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. Beep.
Ah, goddammit. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. Ah, I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27.
Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was, well, before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know the weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink.
So, the witness had seen it before. That will make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright?
Well, do we?
I'm not... Oh, yes.
Ah?
The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock.
Let's see what... I assume it's this one.
Mm-hmm. It said in the record, made by Larry Buds.
Yes, I couldn't think of anything else that would have him mentioned. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible! Everything is sold in stores! Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuses not on sale today? Oh. Mm.
Oh.
What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should have died for it! Die!
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Oh, silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did. Wink. Scary.
Miss May, let me ask. tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock?
God, that side view looks like a dude from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Or like someone from Attack on Titan about to die.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior?
Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you know the weapon was a clock because... The witness had never held a clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock.
She heard?
That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the finger was a clock. And I can show you the proof.
Wow, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder was a clock.
Aha!
The wiretap.
Have a look at this.
Yeah, oh, that. I found this in Miss May's room.
I like this song.
It's a really good one. I'm onto you.
Mr. Wright, please explain this to the court what this is.
Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Faye's phone, were you not? Oh.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap.
This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone?
Absolutely.
Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not.
Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple.
What?
Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock.
I mean, yeah, that one is easy, right?
I mean, this is the only one that comes to mind, but... No, I'm not entirely sure about this one.
What? I mean, yeah, what else could it be?
I mean, this isn't the same phone, though. I present the defendant's cell phone.
Yes, we've seen that.
Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim.
Yep, the recording. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? What's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like the statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time.
Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Your Honor, this is ridiculous.
Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Yeah.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap a phone? Miss May.
Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that, you liar? It's not fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it? That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. She's a complete idiot. Now to deal the final blow. Why did you tap her phone? answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping irrelevant? She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant.
While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone?
Ha! I'd like to see you pull that off. Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see you pull that off, weren't you?
That's a JoJo reference. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I think the 2nd or 3rd season.
I think
Wasn't
it's
it? There was a Jonathan Joestar? No, Jotaro or Jonathan. One of them started to say, the next words you're saying are... Something like that.
Might have been Joseph from part 2.
Or Joseph, yeah. I don't know. They all start with J. And they all have the nickname JoJo. You get confused after a while.
Kinda. Damn, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who's thought of that. And of course, I can and will. You can't be serious, no way. Way, I say, way! Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal tea, but cold.
Normal tea?
Oh, well, whatever.
Iced coffee made of tea and cold.
It's a very swirly mix.
Yeah.
If you don't drink it quick, it melts, and then you have regular cold coffee tea. Iced coffee? Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy, Link.
Ergo, what?
Ergo, we have to take a little break here, because that's all the time I have now, already charged a little bit over it. So yeah, hope I will see you then next time. Stay tuned for more.
See you after the coffee tea break.